Hey folks, Dwayne France. Good morning. Wanted to meet you again here on Facebook Live. It's 7 o'clock on a beautiful Colorado morning. Wanted to give you another weekly update of the Headspace and Timing blog, what we've been doing, and kind of talk about some things that are going to be happening here in the next week or so. Just to let you know that we're going to have some challenges here. I've tried to make sure that my two Rugrats, my two dogs, are going to be behaving. Probably not going to be. So if you hear any, they think I'm talking to them. So this is that one. The other one doesn't like getting his picture taken. But so in case you hear any dog fights, that's not any. Stuff in the background, that's just stuff going on here in the place. So yeah, I wanted to come. Every week we're going to be doing these Facebook Lives and talking to you about veteran mental health. If you're just now joining us, maybe you're watching this video on a replay. Again, my name's Dwayne France. I am a clinical mental health counselor. I'm also a combat veteran. You can probably see a lot of the crap that I accumulated. Not that the flag is crap. That's actually pretty awesome. But some of the stuff that I've accumulated through my 22 years in the military, and I take that military experience to my clinical work, but also to the work that I'm doing about trying to spread the word about veteran mental health. So every week we're going to come together and talk a little bit about some of the stuff that has happened this past week, some of the stuff that you can see coming up in the upcoming week. So first, I want to take you to the Headspace and Timing website. You can see that there. VeteranMentalHealth.com is a place where the Headspace and Timing website lives. The blog is there. So the blog, Headspace and Timing, Veteran Mental Health. Every week we're going to be posting a new blog post, and also we're going to be posting a new podcast show. We just opened up a new podcast, and we'll go there. But first, taking a look, you show up at VeteranMentalHealth.com, just scroll down, and you'll see some of the latest posts that we have right there on VeteranMentalHealth.com. First thing I want to talk to you about is pretty amazing is the guys over at Change Your POV Podcast Network, Eddie Lazary and Bennett Tanton, have invited me to start putting together a podcast and talking a little bit about veteran mental health. And the inaugural show was launched this past Tuesday, Veteran Mental Health from a Combat Veteran Perspective. You can check that one out either on my website, VeteranMentalHealth.com, or over on ChangeYourPOV.com. But this just kind of gives you an overview of where my experience was coming from a combat veteran to a mental health counselor, but also 10 thoughts on veteran mental health. The response has been pretty cool. I've had some old soldiers of mine reach out and say, hey, appreciate what you're doing. And some community members have reached out and said, hey, I really like to hear what you have to say. So looking forward to having this continue. Again, this is going to come out every Tuesday. It's going to be launched on the Change Your POV Podcast Network iTunes account every Tuesday. And subscribe to that. And feel free to check out my fellow co-hosts on the other shows, Jeff and Kevin, Eddie and Bennett. And I think that you're really going to enjoy the podcast. The other thing, the other post that we put up this week is a thing about veterans using your skills to be indestructible. One of the things that kind of keeps running through my head is, make it hard for people to ignore you, make it hard for people to dismiss you. Kind of always be in their face, and that's something that a lot of the skills that veterans had when they were in the military can be used to make sure that we're indestructible. This blog post and the associated video really kind of talks a little bit about that. This post also went up on American Grit yesterday, so you can check it out at theamericangrit.com or veteranmentalhealth.com. But really it's a matter of figuring out what you have to do, tapping into your warrior ethos. remembering what it was like. I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. These are things that that veterans know, that veterans experience when they were in the military, and so we can apply those same things after we get out of the military. Recognizing the strength that we possess. I mean, we do have a heck of a lot of strength, a lot of endurance. Sometimes we forget what that's like. Sometimes we forget how strong we were in the face of just constant adversity and constant questioning. Recognize your own value. Veterans, you have inherent worth. You are worthy individuals. You have experienced some things that many individuals have not even considered, but the value that you bring to any task, the mission, doing what I'm doing as far as getting the word out about veteran mental health, you have validity and you have value, and so recognizing that and realizing that is going to be something that is going to help you be successful. Now, the other thing I like to do is kind of give you a preview of what's coming up next week. As I mentioned, we just launched the podcast, and we're actually going to be launching episode 2 next Tuesday. And episode 2 is going to be the Audacity Principle. Again, you can find it at changeyourpov.com. It's there at the top. But the Audacity Principle is one that I actually have taken. As a matter of fact, it's something that I found from Not a Good Day to Die. This is I write about this on my blog, but if you haven't read this book, Not a Good Day to Die, this is the Audacity Principle in action. So a lot of you are saying, okay, what's the Audacity Principle? What is it? The idea is that more often than not, bold and decisive action will bring about a result that is favorable to you unless that action is limited by someone else's authority. Wrap your head around it. Think about it. You're not going to be able to see this until it goes live on Tuesday, but join me on the Headspace and Timing podcast on Tuesday and check it out. There is a post on veteranmentalhealth.com. You can use your Google Foo and try to figure it out, but I'd love to be able to hear your feedback on what the Audacity Principle is, and we talk about that in the upcoming week. Big thing going on for me is start traveling to D.C. Tomorrow. This is airing on Friday, so on Saturday I head out to D.C. because I'm getting ready to attend the National Justice for Veterans Conference. For those of you who don't know, sometimes when a veteran comes back from the military, they might find themselves crosswise with the law. Veteran courts are cropping up all over the place. I've been working as a mental health counselor for veterans in our local veterans court really for about the last 3 years, and it's probably, or it definitely is, one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had. A lot of people say, okay, veteran comes back and I'm not a criminal. I've successfully refrained from getting crosswise with the law, but that's not really the experience for all veterans. Some of the stuff that we go through, there are challenges, there are problems, things happen, and every once in a while, it gets like I said, crosswise with the law. If you're interested in hearing more about veterans courts, you can check out the justiceforvets.org website. There's a map of veterans treatment courts. I mean, this is a pretty big. This is all throughout the U.S. These are all the veterans courts. So there's pretty much at least one in every state. There's 6 here in Colorado where I'm at, but these courts are designed not to let veterans off scot-free, but to hold them accountable for the actions. I mean, that's what we always did when we were in the military, but also to help connect them to some of the support that they might have needed to avoid getting back in that situation in the first place. I talk a lot more about this on a post on veteranmentalhealth.com on the Headspace and Timing website called "A Veteran Spent Last Night in Jail." If you haven't read it, and if you feel like you're feeling pretty stable in your post-military life, you might want to check this out. This is another aspect of our post-military career that a lot of people don't want to know about, but it's sort of it's an unfortunate fact. There are veterans that are sitting in your county jail and definitely in federal prison right now that fought and defended this country, and they saw some things and went through some things that kind of put some things different in their behavior and their thoughts and their emotions, and I personally believe that we might have a responsibility to take care of that, to help that out. So that's what's going on this next week, as I'm heading to Washington, D.C. to talk to a bunch of court professionals, mental health professionals about treatment for justice-involved veterans. If you happen to be watching this and you're in D.C. At the convention, look me up. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to kind of chat. I'm always going to be looking for new guests for the podcast, and so I'm going to be trying to hunt down some high-profile names at the conference to see if they want to kind of come on the show and talk a little bit about the intersection between veteran mental health and justice-involved veterans. As always, you can check me out on Twitter. I am at the Counseling Vet. You can check me out on LinkedIn. I am primarily on LinkedIn. That's my information there. So that's today's headspace and timing adjustment. Trying to get this back. So that's it, right? Every week I want to come and just kind of talk a little bit about what's going on the past week, what's going on the next week. If you're interested in veteran mental health, if you're a veteran, if you care for a veteran, if you work with a veteran in any way, love to be able to have a conversation about what mental health means to you, and seeing how we can support. If you're in Colorado Springs, I'd love to be able to talk to you, reach out, find Colorado Veterans Health and Wellness Agency. Just like in real life, you can see I'm kind of a big guy. I kind of have a big presence on the internet, so I'm not trying to hide. You can find me if you're pretty much looking for me. So once again, join us at veteranmentalhealth.com. Check out the podcast at changeyourpov.com, and I look forward to hearing from you next week. Thanks.